folks, my name is Matt, and today I want to talk to you about the Ion 12 binding from G3. G3 stands for Genuine Guide Gear, and that's really their inspiration for making lightweight, reliable, tough bindings and skis that can be used by professionals in the backcountry. It's those metal contact points in the front and back that let you get the lightest weight possible binding for your ski. The way that these work isn't like a normal downhill binding where the toe releases side to side under exact amounts of pressure. The toe will release and the heel controls the amount of pressure you're releasing. It's roughly correlated to standard DIN settings. The 12 runs from a 5 up to a 12 DIN estimate. And the way that this guy releases is just on a side-to-side rotation, kind of in conjunction with the front pieces. It'll kick you right out. You know, if you were wiggling a little bit or if you're impacting it a little bit, that boot can flex a little bit more here because the back squiggles around and stretches forward and aft. And that guy gives you a little bit of room to play. So if you like land on a bump, it'll straighten you out instead of just ejecting completely immediately. One of the big changes on the Ion bindings over past tech bindings is that this pivot point for your toe pieces is nice and high. What that allows for is a lot of range of motion. So from the side, you can reach a ski pole in here under the toe piece to clear ice. You can just kind of pop this up and down a few times to clear ice out of there, and you get a nice consistent piece of pressure into your toe contact points on your boot for a more reliable, secure riding experience. If you look closely, this little indentation in the pin of the binding is designed to do is clear the ice out when you rotate back and forth. So often ice builds up in the small contact points on your boot. You slide up to those bumpers, then push down. It's a lot easier with your foot inside. And then just kick the ski back and forth a few times. Let that toe piece rotate around and it'll clear the ice. If you're in skin mode, as you usually are to start, you're gonna wanna keep your brakes up, rotate the back piece in any direction you'd like. It doesn't have to be clockwise or counterclockwise, either way works fine. You just rotate that piece. If you're starting your skin on something flat, you can just use the binding as it is, perfectly comfortable or great for long glacial approaches. If you want a little bit of lift, you can flip that guy over. If you're on steep inclines, you have a second setting, which gives you a nice, strong incline position. Helps with that calf strain and leg strain on the way up the hill to keep your foot level. Makes a big difference. One thing I really like about these guys is that they're really large and easy to reach. Often backcountry ski poles will have a special little point to reach down and pull them up. With these, you can get them with any trekking pole, pretty much any long pokey thing you can get underneath there. Flip them up nice and conveniently, and there you go, that's your support. While you're skinning up, it's also a good idea to lock the toe piece on here. Even though you're not doing anything crazy fast or hard, you can have weird pressure points and possibly lose your skis, which can be bad while your brakes are locked in the upright position. So by pulling this piece all the way up, you get it to the lock point. You'll see here the lines line up behind the open area, closer to the lock symbol. That's going to show that you're fully secure in there. So when you're transitioning from uphill to downhill mode on the Ion 12s, what you're going to want to do is get that heel around. Again, you can rotate it any way you want and just stomp down nice and heavy into that heel piece. Then make sure that you drop the toe piece down to ski mode. If you leave it locked in that upright position, it will not release under any amount of pressure, so don't test it. The Ion 12 from G3, it's an awesome tech binding. You can find this or any of our other bindings both in store or online at nextadventure.net.